Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Farm and Ranch Fridays. My name is Lindsay Hullen. I'm your host. I am a farm and ranch broker, and I'm also a managing broker for EXP in Texas. I am super excited about today. Let me tell you, happy St. Patrick's Day, by the way. That's why we're
Yay!
all green today, and green means money. And I am here with six-time icon agent Vanessa Nunez. And let me just tell you, icon is kind of a status that means that you've leveled up and hit some major sales goals at EXP.
hmm
I know us in sales, like I was in sales long before I was in real estate. And so, if you wanted to make a certain income being on commission, you would take and back out, okay, how much commission do I have to make? And then based on that commission, how many sales do I have to make and at what percentage? So you back it out to realize how many people you need to call, how much volume you need to do, back down to how many calls you need to do every day and how many people you need to meet. And all of that sales production jazz. So it's really exciting that EXP has a cool way to help agents focus on what we call an icon, which it's a really cool name. It's great recognition, but it also means you're a producing agent and you're also an agent that is involved with our
Yep.
EXP network. Because there's other requirements to be an icon, and that's giving back, public speaking, and really being a leader with our brand. So super excited. If you're not an EXP agent, I want you to think about this is planning to succeed. Because what do they say? You don't what is it? You don't plan to fail, you fail to plan. And
Correct.
we're very excited. Vanessa's gonna give us her secrets. She's a six-time icon agent, and she's gonna give us our secret on the plan to icon. I'm so happy that you're here, Vanessa. I know there's some other things. Obviously you're representing your farm and ranch brand. Vanessa
Yep.
also is one of the founders with her amazing husband, Jimmy, of Ranch Texas, which is one of our
Yep.
farm and ranch groups here at EXP. So I'm going to let you talk a little bit about that, and we're going to take it away.
Thanks, Lindsay. I'm super excited to be here. One of my favorite topics, of course, other than farm and ranch, is being an icon and the path to it. So I love talking to people. It's super easy to figure it out. Little bit about myself. I'm a six-time icon agent. I already have it projected for June 2023 to be my seventh. So it's already on the path. I have 15 listings coming live. So it's all about planning. And I'm going to take you through that. I work Central Texas and Hill Country. So that's kind of a big radius. But when you do farm and ranch, you know how that is. Kind of got to work a big radius. My EXP calendar year, that is the only year that I look at, guys. That's it. My calendar year for EXP, which for me, my fiscal year is November 1st to October 31st. So when I'm telling you this plan, that is going to be the year that I'm using to do examples. So just to give you a little bit. 12 and a half years in business. And I was Rookie of the Year in 2011, 2017 Salesperson of the Year, and 2023 nominated for Realtor of the Year. So lots of accolades behind me, Platinum Top 50, top producers. But the most important one to me, more than anything, is Icon. So to be a six-time Icon agent, it means the world to me. And that's part of why I came to EXP, because I was like, wait a minute, I'm already doing all this. Why wouldn't I just come so that I could be an icon agent so that I got all the benefits? So that's what's really important. Couple fun facts about me. I lived on an island for 15 years. So I tell people I am an island girl by soul and Texas by heart. So it's the perfect combination that you can get. So do you want to go ahead and start the presentation of so people can kind of see, Lindsay, like I've got the whole path down to it, and we're happy to send this to people as well.
So just a note on that. In the description for our podcast, it talks about all about Vanessa and this presentation, as well as it has a link to the slides. So in all of our podcasts, the link to the presentations and any links that we're referencing will be in the description of the broadcast. So definitely take a look at that. And then one thing I wanted to mention, because this is public facing, it's not just EXP agents, it's other farm and ranch agents and agents
Yep.
across the globe, and also the general public. So in EXP, when we enter EXP, become an EXP agent, we have what's called our EXP birthday, and that is the day that we onboard. So for me, my birthday at EXP is in April. For Vanessa, you said it was June.
November 1st.
Okay, so
Yeah.
when we talk about the time frame in which we have to icon, and just like if you have a time frame of, say you're on a fiscal calendar with your job and commission, if your payout and your goals are between January and December 31st, then that is your calendar birthday to
Yep.
really set these goals. So for us, my time that I icon my calendar is April to April, and Vanessa is November to November. So we just wanted to clarify, when we talk about our birthday and calendar year, that is the year in which they calculate our sales and our production. So not everybody at EXP has the same birthday.
Right.
No big deal, but just so as a reference for those not with our company, or you're in the sales, you're watching this as a salesman and applying it to your production. That's what we're referring to. So I just wanted to clarify that. Vanessa, go ahead and take it away. You're in the driver's seat.
Awesome. So, guys, your path to icon. So, again, I know that we're referring all of this to EXP, but in general, you can take this as your like fiscal year in any sales that you're in real estate with whoever company that you're with. So, here we go. So, my first question to everybody is, how hard are you willing to work? That's the biggest question. If there's no grit, there's no pearl. So if you're not really willing to get in and get down and dirty, you're going to have no pearl. That's as simple as that. So for me, the pearl is iconing. That is what is most important to me. So it's all starts with goals. It starts with the strategy, and then behind it comes the hard work. So what are you doing every day? Every day, I take it as I wake up unemployed. So what is it I'm going to do today? If I don't do anything today, then I don't get paid today. So that's how I look at this entire business in sales. It's showing up every day and doing your best every day. So here's an example of my day. Okay. Um, I wake up at 4:20 every day. I do a meditation every day. Every day I do a 5-minute journal. It's a journal that's really about gratitude, and it's my gratitude practice. So it talks about the three things that I'm most grateful for, what would make today great. And then I go into my I am statement. So I'm automatically preparing myself to have my best day ever before I ever walk out of the house, before I've ever picked up, my phone to look at anything. So I there head to the gym, and I'm at the gym for an hour and a half, and I listen to pep talk. So again, I'm putting everything in my mind that is going to help me be the best person that I can be that day. So I have go home, have coffee, and then I do a daily quote. So if you're on my daily quote list, or you happen to be on Facebook or Instagram or any of those, workplace chat, if you're in EXP, I post those. So it's not just to the people that's 100 on my personal text list that it goes out to. You as well can jump into that and see it on any one of the platforms. So after that, I do a 5-mile walk. Why do I do a 5-mile walk? It gets me out in nature for at least 20 minutes, but it also gives me the time to kind of run through my day. What is it that I'm going to do? Then I shower and start my day by 9 o'clock. So typical Mondays for me, I have my team call from 9 to 10 a.m. That's my branding manager, my client concierge manager, and then my TC and transaction manager. So we all get together to make sure that we're staying on point. And is there anything that I'm slacking that I'm not delivering to them that they need to know, and anything else to keep my business going? uh, Particular Monday, once a month, I do a subconscious coach. And some people are like, what is that? A subconscious coach kind of helps me go through anything that is tapped down in my subconscious that I don't know that could be altering me from being my best and performing. So 12 to 3, what do appointments look like? This is all a path of what I do every day to get to iconing. So this is kind of, I structure my stuff out. So from 12 to 3 are my appointments. What does that look like? That could be inspections. That could be appointments with clients. That could be a lunch. That could be anything that I'm doing from 12 to 3 that needs to be done with business and appointment wise. So something that's structured with an appointment. I keep that in as a daily schedule. 4 to 5 is returning all of my emails that came in through the day. Sometimes I don't. Then generally by 6 o'clock, I'm cooking dinner. 7, you know, 6 to 7 cooking dinner and eating, and then 7:15 my phone goes on silent. I will continue to check until 9 p.m. and then I go to bed, and then from there I listen to alpha state and theta state binaural beats, so to keep my mind into the best possible shape it can be. So that kind of gives you an idea of how to run your day if you're looking for tips and tricks on what is it that keeps a high producing agent producing. So what do I do when things don't go as planned? You have to pivot. So the all the things I do in the morning before say 9 a.m., all of that leads to me to keep myself to where I don't get rattled. I can fly easily in the eye of the hurricane. So that is what's so important, is flying in the eye of the hurricane. I just keep that mindset. All the chaos can be going on around me, but I myself have to keep myself as the center and the calm. And if you've ever been in hurricanes, which for me, living on an island, I went through several every year, you learned that in the eye, everything was calm, beautiful, and sunny. So that's kind of how I look to keep myself. Why is it important to have a subconscious coach? For me, it's to make sure that I'm not getting detailed into the small stuff, which means don't sweat the small stuff because everything is small stuff. So that's why I have coaches like this. Not only do I have this coach, but I have business coaches. I have a lifestyle coach as well as a nutrition and health coach for my workouts. So again, you can kind of see the pattern here. To be an icon, you're making sure that you're taking care of yourself on a level that you can give back to everyone else. So um, I wanted to show you guys, I made a quick little thing on the path to icon. And why is it so important to have kind of the roadmap? Most of us don't hop in our car to GPS to a home without GPS, meaning we don't kind of go on memory, because sometimes there are places we've never been before. So I think on that, you have to have a map or you have to have a path. So that's kind of how I look at it. So the first thing to know is your EXP birthday. Okay. Then you've got to know your cap capacity and how long that takes. And then you've got to have your transactions. So, and then you've got your awards and so forth. So this is a nice little slide that you'll be able to take and go with you. But here is the path to icon. So this is a QR code that you can actually, it works. So you can take the QR code right now and be able to say, okay, here it is. So the most important thing I want to go with, how do you icon? So when you first get into EXP and you say, oh my God, I want to be an icon. So how do you do that? The most important date for you, like Lindsay and I talked about, is your birthday year for EXP. So it's the day that you come into EXP. So it's always going to be the first day of that month. So if you came in October, it'll be November 5th. November 1st, just like I did. So November 1st is my start of my year. I look at it as my fiscal year. Everything I do, all the numbers I run, I always look at my EXP birthday calendar year. I do not look at the physical January to December calendar year. I don't do anything in my life based upon that. All of my goals, everything I set up as being on that EXP birthday. So the next thing is you want to cap as fast as you can. What does capping look like? It's paying $16,000 in. Some people are like, oh my God, so how much is that in sales? Well, it depends, because everybody has a different commission structure. So I really say focus on paying in that 16,000. Typically for me in my area, the average sales would be 5 to 7, depending on the 5 to, it's really 4 to 700,000 is our main area. So when you look at my overall sales, so I always go back on my overall sales every year to see what is my average sales, so that I can stay up on that transaction, because I have listings at 50,000 all the way up to 14 million. So depending on when something closes, that can depict how you cap. So I always say just keep in mind 5 to 7. This will leave you the additional 9 months to get another 20 transactions. So at $250 per transaction, that equals $5,000. However, this is a little notation. There's two things that I want to note. If you're doing an EXP to EXP referral, what's amazing about EXP is they only take the 250 for all. So what does that mean? The referring agent gets 25% of that 250 that goes to their cap, which is 6250. Then the working agent that's getting 75% pays in 18750. So what does that translate? That means you're going to have to do a couple more transactions. So I don't look at it as a negative. I look at it as that not everybody icons. So somebody who is not on the icon path, they're not having to literally know that they have to pay 250 for that transaction. So there is a plus to it. So don't look at it as a negative. It's actually not. So if you break it down, I always tell people look at the next 9 months that you're going to do 3 transactions a month. Okay. Some of you do more, some of you do less. But if your goal is 3 months, 3 transactions per month, that's going to be an additional 27. That's to ensure that if you had any splits that were with EXP agents and referrals, that you are covering that. So that's what's super, super, super important. So to break this down again, you have 3 months to cap, paying 16,000, 9 months to icon. Okay. So that is 3 months. That is 9 months to do 3 sales per month, and that gets you to 27. So that's the super important with that. So it's really easy, guys, to cap. So when you look at this, here's your playbook again. Look, your EXP birthday. Do you know when that is? That's the most important thing. Then you're going to cap as fast as you can. So that could be 1 deal, that could be 10 deals. Again, it's 16,000. What are you paying in? Number 3, referrals. Look at referral partnerships within EXP. Look at your average sales per month. Look at the months that you've got, and you're on a 12-month cycle. So again, this is super easy. It's a step by step. Number 3 is months to cap, pay in 16K. So, again, some of us do it. If you're a solo agent, I always encourage you 3 months because, depending on when it is, I mean, mine's over Christmas. A lot of people say, oh my God, it's so hard to do that. Well, actually, the funny thing is I've always trained all of my clients to buy in fourth quarter. So the hardest time for me is actually summer because I've trained everybody to buy in fourth quarter and first quarter, which typically in Central Texas are the best possible times to purchase. That's when you're going to get the deal. So I've always taught my people to purchase in those times. So 9 months to icon equals 27 sales. And then you add on to what your overall took you to cap. So you could have 28 on. So keep that in mind that it's somewhere in that area. And then you have EXP to EXP referrals. So if you can see how super easy this is, I don't want you to think that, oh my God, it's so hard. There is a secret sauce. The secret sauce is know your EXP birthday, cap as fast as you can, know your average sales. How many months do you have to do sales? What are your average sales every month? Like for me, I've looked back on my past 6 icons. So the least amount I did was 28 deals. Now, that was my very first year I came in because I still had $4 million worth of deals closing with my previous broker. So in that, I had another 8 deals. So if you take that 28 plus that other 8, you're having 36 sales. So again, you want to make sure you know what your sales are. The most I've ever had was 57 sales. So again, it's those are my years that I was iconing. So again, I had small little deals. So again, every deal counts though. So if you're doing that $50,000 lot, guess what? That's 250 if it's your transaction yourself. So keep it simple. I love the KISS method. Keep it simple. So the full playbook is here for you able to get. So I want to make sure that you guys are leaving here. If you have questions, what I'd love to give away is time on my calendar. So if you want a personal one-on-one coaching session with me, all you'll have to do is message in the chat down below and I'll catch it, or find me on any one of the social media platforms to make it super easy. Lindsay, I would love for you to come back and kind of ask questions so that you can pick a hole in this and see what your thoughts are. Oh, I can't hear you. I think I lost you.
No, I'm terrible.
Okay.
I'm terrible at remembering my mic. So I did want to tell you we had some shout outs. This podcast is live.
Yes.
So we have people rolling in and chatting. So I did have a question and a few shout outs.
Yeah.
Rocky wanted to say happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yay.
we have a few people. I have Mount Bellevue here. I have Spring, Texas here. And then also Rocky had asked Alpha and Theta, which program I do these, but I haven't heard of that app.
Okay, so it's real super easy. You can actually get into the Silva method. So if you really want to like get into an app, you're going to have to get into the Silva method and look into Mind Valley. Otherwise, get on YouTube. You can go Alpha and Theta meditations, and they will help you sleep and help clear anything out. So that makes it easy and free. So if you have YouTube, which we all do, that's how you can jump into that without having any cost.
Absolutely. I actually do that as well. I have several channels I follow
Yep.
on YouTube, whether it be for
Yep.
exercising or, oh my gosh, I am like a junkie at that. Why pay to go to the gym when it's all on YouTube, you know?
It's like I can do this.
So that's awesome. Everyone's like saying thank you. I think for me, the valuable part is, knowing your birthday. It's like that is your go day. So,
Yep.
majority of the time it takes 30 days. On average, 30 days is kind of a marker for closing. So in actuality, my birthday is April 1st. My EXP birthday is April
Right.
1st. So I need to be thinking about getting contracts in
Like
March.
now. Like now. Like
Yeah.
getting them in now.
Yeah.
Like you got to start the month before almost.
Yeah. And so what that means, if I'm getting contracts in March, I actually need to be working with people in February
Yeah.
and cultivating leads 3 months before that. So I love the fact that it really makes you think, because I feel like sometimes we wait to when it starts, the beginning of
Right.
the year starts, whether it's fiscal year or our birthday years. And it's like, wait, no, you need to be working 3 months prior to that date,
Mhm.
because that's when those are going to hit
Correct.
your sales goals. So I really appreciate and like that, because I think one, we're super busy, but really having that plan to succeed
Yeah.
in your sales goals, and also too, getting that cap behind you, getting those sales goals behind you, so you're free and clear. And let's
Yep.
do. At an EXP, once you hit your cap, you're at 100% commission. So I
Exactly.
mean, get it done early, and then the rest is gravy. So that was kind of an aha moment for me. And I also appreciate you sharing that personal calendar, because I always know what, I wake up at 5, I kind of do this, I kind of do that. But, having a set structure, like your set workday, really holds you accountable. And I appreciate you personally sharing yours, because I think it also inspires us to say, you know what, I've been thinking about it. But, she gave me some recommendations to where I can start researching it.
Yeah, I think it's important to see what somebody else's calendar looks like sometimes because I mean, life gets in the way, clients situations get in the way, but I mean, I always have. That's why it's like my appointments, they could be varied. Sometimes I have to do personal within that time, but I always have appointments and set times where I'm working. Even if I'm at a personal appointment, I'm still working. I will have a call, I'll have anything with a client. So, I think you have to understand our business is flexibility. So it's learning to roll and not be so structured that if something comes up that you can't handle the chaos because this business by nature is chaos.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Yes.
Especially with all the shifts in the market. I mean, it's so funny. We shifted and everything was kind of like in a pause,
Yep.
and then all of a sudden, it's like the floodgates opened again. I mean, we're seeing it's a buyer's market.
Yep.
So,
Which I love. This is my favorite. I love
yeah,
it.
buyers markets are amazing because they're always asking for deals. When it's a seller's market, it's, oh my gosh, multiple offers, and it's all these, no contingencies, all the
Right.
things that really you should have or want to have, and there's all these exceptions that the buyers have to make. Well, now they're kind of in charge and taking the lead. So this is really exciting for that. And there's something
I
else.
think it sharpens your skills. More than anything, you learn to really negotiate because when it's a seller's market, truthfully, they're in negotiation most of the time. It's like, you want it, here it is. That's it. This is where your true negotiation skills come out because you learn what you can and can't push. And I'll push the limits. The answer is always no unless you ask. That is my theory. And so I just kind of roll with that. Like I tell my clients that, sure, answer's always no unless we ask. And then when we ask, they'll tell us where they're going to be. So if we don't offend them, but
I
And
love it.
that's the chance sometimes.
Farm and ranch agents are so straightforward. There is like no sugarcoating it in our
Yep.
world. Let me tell you. No, I appreciate that. And I wanted, we have some individuals that we're talking about getting on, um, getting on your calendar.
Yeah.
Is that the link to the calendar, or is it a different slide?
If they're in that, they should be able to get yeah, there you go. Stay in touch with me. So here's the last slide. That'll have everything on there. I do have my calendar link in there, and you should be able to get in there. That should take you straight to Linktree and get me in. And if not, then here's my phone number. You can always shoot me a text. You can always reach me in workplace if you're EXP agent. So that is always the best place if you're an EXP agent. If you're not and you want to understand how to get to your goals and so forth, you can shoot out a text to me at 512 750 5716. So, and I do answer my phone and text. So don't think that I don't, because I do. I literally answer my phone and text. So, and watch my phone will start blowing up. But no, I'm happy to help, and I think it's important when you give back. I mean, if you really want to be an icon, that's really what it is. It's about helping others. So if you figured out a way to do it yourself, you want to reach down and help everybody else up the ladder. And if they pass you up, that's the best compliment. That's the way I think about it. So, I mean, it's super
Absolutely.
easy.
Absolutely. So I am also going to put my calendar in the chat as well. I also do one-on-ones, and I've had several people reach out and say, "Can you explain to me more?" Or they're
Yeah.
dealing with a challenge. So, like you said, giving back. So many people gave back to me in my career and really helped me get to this level and the levels I'm trying to achieve. So, we want to help you. If you want to better yourself, there's a whole slew of individuals that know that giving back has given them so much. So please reach out to us. We are so excited. If you're not already following our YouTube channel, this is broadcasted on all my platforms, which majority of my social media is at Lindsay Holland. So the @ Lindsay Holland, as well as on YouTube. And then also the EXP YouTube channel for Texas is EXP Tech. It's at the @ EXP Texas Broker. So if you type in YouTube / it's at EXP Texas Broker or at Lindsay Holland. But yeah, you can find me I'm pretty much on every social media platform. Now that Elon Musk owns Twitter, I'm getting back on that. And then now that also I bought an RV, I'm getting on Pinterest.
Yay!
I know, it's like crazy the things that are going on in my life. I'm taking this show on the road, y'all. So because of that, I was told like, well, you have all these ideas and you're first time RVer, and I've been researching like, how do I pack my life with a
Oh my
3-bedroom
God.
into an RV?
Well,
So,
good thing you have little dogs.
oh my God, don't even get me started. But my biggest thing was researching like, what are the best practices? Like I'm the type that I want to do it right. Don't reinvent the wheel. So I've been following these people on Pinterest. So now I'm like, I am totally going to, document my adventures, my photos, and my tips and tricks that I'm learning as a first time.
So are you literally going on the road as the Texas broker?
I am, because so I am based out of Fredericksburg.
Yep.
But however, the territories that I have
They're huge. They're
are
huge.
so I have the entire west side. And when I say west side, if you chop the west side 1/3 of Texas off,
Oh yeah.
that is my territory. So I have Odessa, Lubbock, Amarillo, Midland, I already said Odessa, San Angelo. So that's an entire territory. And then I also have what's called the South Zone of Texas. So that is from San Antonio across to the coast and down. So Rio Grande Valley, Corpus Christi.
So in other words, you have the majority of the state of Texas. So in case anybody was wanting to figure that out and you do not understand geography, that is the state of Texas. So tip to tip, it takes 2 days. So that should tell you from tip to tip what it's going to take her if she drove straight through. So that
So
and
I like meeting our agents in person, and there's a lot of events that our agents have, and to have a broker show up and kind of do, we call it in real life IRLs. But this gives me a chance to make a circle around West and visit all the agents and maybe stay for a week and not just a day, and really dig in deep, and then, go to South. And I'm really excited because I'm like, oh, I was like, Rio Grande Valley, South Padre, Corpus Christi. I was like,
Yep.
oh, I can just
Down by the
have
beach.
on the beach. So very excited about that.
Awesome.
But that's just a sidebar of my life.
I
So
think it's awesome because it is true. I think some people have the propensity to think that EXP, our brokers, are not accessible. But I can tell you from my personal experience, brokers are incredibly accessible. And if you need them, they're going to give you anything that they can, and they give you the right solutions. So I will tell you that we have brokers who are very solution oriented. So, for those of us who sometimes like to beg for forgiveness instead of ask permission, that is one thing that I'll usually call back and tell on myself of what I've done to make sure that I like was solving it the correct way. And if not, then I'll go back and, figure it out from other
I'm
suggestions.
aware there's 10 brokers, and Vanessa tracks me down in the broker room. She's like, okay, here's what's going on. What do
Yeah,
we do? And
yeah,
and you know what? I'm super glad that I've had a very interesting experience in farm and ranch, because farm and ranch is not, farm and ranch can be partially residential. We have
right.
residential structures, most cases, on a farm, on a ranch. And there also may be multiple structures, like barns, equipment sheds. There may be a mobile
Hmm.
home or a foreman's house. So with that, there's a lot of problem solving and think outside the box. And
Yep.
in my team, my farm and ranch team, our goal is comfort and solutions. I mean, we can solve any problem. There's always an answer. It's a no until you ask, and if you get a no, ask again. Because
Yep.
I've hit several roadblocks multiple times, and you will not believe you end up finding somebody that can actually make it happen. Um,
Sometimes it's how you phrase the question. Sometimes people just want to say no, and so until you can really phrase it the way that they can understand it, that's what I find.
Absolutely. So in my experience, I actually, even though I'm a managing broker also on the residential side, with my experience, I'm actually able to come up with creative solutions and say, hey, listen, in my experience, title companies have multiple underwriters. And if your title company won't underwrite this, let's see if
Yep.
they can find another underwriter, or let's find a title company that has. So, I've been in that deeper situation in the ranch world. So, and like you came to me the other day
Yep.
about something, and I'm like, well, that's simple. Let's just
Oh
do this.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm glad that I can bring that experience. I'm also glad that we are navigating towards a major farm and ranch division at EXP. So that is in the works. So I appreciate your support, and congratulations to your Ranch Texas team. I believe you're like second in the teams right
Yes,
now
I what
for
I think
production.
so. I was second in the team, yeah, and we've got some other ones fixing to close, so it's pretty exciting. So I absolutely love. Yeah, it's very cool. I got to get some of my stuff moved over from my single production to my team. I don't know why I'm divided still, but it's okay. It all works out.
Absolutely. Well, Vanessa, I appreciate all your time today. I hope y'all out there got a crash course. And like I said, if you have any questions, schedule a meeting, send us a workplace chat. You can message me on social media, as well as I put my calendar out there. Also, you can reach me. This is also on my calendar at a very easy phone number, 1-833-TX-RANCH. You can reach me. If I'm not available, the office will pick up and send me your information so we can schedule a time or answer your question. So we're very excited. Thank you so much, Vanessa.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so grateful. So this will be a great situation for people to figure it all out.
Awesome. And happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
Yes.
Go get lucky.
Go get lucky. Have a great day.
Bye.